Hi, I received this card, this beautiful card in the mail this past week, which was just so sweet and at appropriate time because I really needed the extra smile. This is from P, who is Whimsical Endeavors on YouTube, and she does amazing work. All of everything she does is just beautiful. I love it. And she sent me this card. She did a video on these. She did a bunch of cards, and I just love them. The color, I love all the embossing on there, and then this embossing also. It's just really so pretty. I love it. Thank you, P, so much. It means a lot. And I love embossing too. So I got it. I had a busy week, as I said in my previous video, and she just sent it at the perfect time. So I'm appreciative to that from P. And I also wanted to come and show you some of the things that have been inspiring me lately in my mind. Haven't done anything presently about it, but I read on my Facebook how one of my favorite artists had passed away on June 10th, and that is, I don't know if any of you people remember her, but her name is Flavia. And I grew up in the 60s. I was a teenager, and I remember buying a card from her at that time. And she is from Southern California, and made her mark, I guess, at that time. But I remember going into a small store in San Pedro, can't remember, Ports of Call. And so we'd go there every so often, and I remember going into that store and finding her shop. And so this is her artwork. This is pretty much what it just depicts her style. And she wrote little poems, little sayings that were simple and just touched my heart all the time. And so she was very influential in my life. And this is it's so funny because how things happen. I read that about how she passed away and her family and everything. She has her operations now are in Santa Barbara, which I've been up there also. But her family still runs her stationery and cards and artwork. But a few days after I saw this, I saw the notice about her passing. I went into a dollar store and found these bags. And I thought, wow, that's amazing that it's kind of a sign to me. And so I picked up a few of them. They're quite big bags. And it has her artwork on it. And these are Valentine bags, but I just, and they're selling right now at the dollar store. And it's got glitter on it, and it's just so pretty. The colors and just how she did her artwork was just amazing. So I just kind of been thinking about that, and been writing in my journal about her. I have many little things from her that I have put away. I'll try to remember where they are and bring them out. But I did find this one card that is, she, in the later years, she hired artists. And And so this is one of the cards that I got more recently, in the past 10 years probably. But it's from another artist. I don't know if you can see that little writing there. I have trouble seeing. But she has a website, and so these are one of the cards that I could find that I have purchased, but I have had several others. I'll have to find them. But they got me thinking of what I have been wanting to do with my artwork, and why, I don't know why I had stopped doing any artwork, but I do want to show you this, and it has sparked me to remember what my where I wanted to take this, and I think that remembering after her passing has made me think, but right now I just want to show you some things in the past, what I've done. So let me turn a light on. So this is one of, oh, I'm sorry. This is one of my Christmas cards I did in the past. And it kind of, with the lines here, these kind of things, and this is a duplication of the original that I have done. But I found this, and I did do, you know, starting to do a little bit of artwork in her style. And I did find the insert also, one of the inserts I've made on vellum. And this is, and you can see it's 2001, how many years ago that was. 13 years ago when I was starting to do, or when I did this type of artwork. But anyway, that's just something I wanted to show. And on that same lines, I did do this one. And this is also a copy of the original. And these little, the boy and the little girl are in kimonos. And with a little angel, and you can tell it's kind of a watercolor. And I called it, and they're kokeshi dolls, my version. And then I called it Koko Kokeshi, which is here, kokeshi. In Japanese, kind of my simple Japanese. So that was another one that I had done in the past. And then I came across this little drawing. So I think, you know, I would do it in pencil on watercolor paper, and then make, you know, use watercolor pencils or some kind of watercolor with paint and brush also. But I never did get to do any of these. I have several of these different kinds of little drawings and things that I did in the past. And it was probably before year 2000 when I started doing that. I did have another one that I did. And this is an original. And you can see I put some washi paper in the back. It's not tape. Originally, Japanese washi is made from rice paper, and you girls can correct me if I'm wrong, who are more Japanese than I am, being born here and never been to Japan. But this is the washi paper, and this right here is the watercolor paper that I did my watercolor on. So it's my Japanese kimono lady version mermaid. So that's what also is one of my pieces. And then what I did is I did a on the computer, I printed it on vellum, and so it looks like it's a vellum piece of paper, and then printed it on there, and then just put the washi paper over. And nowadays we have the washi tapes, so you put washi tapes over there. But I used to sell my artwork like this, copying the my originals, and then doing a collage over it. I had also, here's another piece that I just did a drawing, ink and coloring on there on a piece of paper, and then I collaged it, and actually I was making this into a card, but and it's on watercolor paper, and you can see I've done some roller brushing of you know, I think what this is just a piece of remnant of some monoprint I had done with the colors on there, and then I just reuse what I had, you know, pieces I had, and I just made it into a card like that, and had some writing, Japanese writing over here. I guess I took that off because I don't read Japanese, but I like the look of Japanese writing. But sometimes I just take labels from packaging and put it on, and it wasn't appropriate. So I took that off. But isn't that funny? Also, here's another one that I did. This is a watercolor I did, but this is not the original. It's printed on thinner watercolor paper. And my son, when he went to Japan, I think this is in 1999 or so, I can't remember exactly the date that he went, and he brought me a little figurine that looked like this, and I just copied it, and then I put it on watercolor. Well, I did it on watercolor paper, and then I copied it and printed it on thinner watercolor paper. Then I used to frame these and sell them also. I call him my Isomboshi boy, because now I forget why, but it's a story. It's like the Peach Boy or whatever. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm getting old, and and since I'm turning 65 this year, I am totally like thinking I need to do what I set out to do, and I have all these other distractions. Distractions are another story, but let me show you another one while I'm got a few more minutes. This is another. It's on a big poster board that I did. And what I wanted to create was some illuminated manuscript type of thing. And this here is, this whole thing is reprinted because it's a big canvas I did it on. And so this here was a piece that was a monoprint or a linoprint, which was carved and out and printed. And then I also did some script writing in here. And this is all my original artwork with the pen and ink, and it's a mixed media type of thing. And it was had watercolor. And so I liked all of the meaningful things, and you know, so anyway, this is just a copy of my original, and then this is just how I did that. I took out, I just copied it and then printed it out like this so I can do some other writings inside the middle. So I did a lot of things with the computer, with my work, and also I did this